Hello everybody, welcome back to another Borderlands 2 video, and I am indeed running the community patch, but this is one of those builds that it doesn't matter if you're on vanilla or the community patch, it will work just fine. And I've been doing quite a few builds for each character, um, and I noticed with Axton that I pretty much didn't cover his most straightforward build. And that is just the classic legendary soldier Axton. And I feel like I should cover it because some people still may not know about it or may not know the playstyle very well or whatever. Because most of my Axton videos are very odd playstyles compared to how he would normally play, other than the Grenadier one. So yeah, I figured we should just go over the more cookie cutter style for Axton because I mean, frankly, it's probably the strongest. Obviously, that's a bit subjective and contextual, but I think the Legendary Soldier build is the most well-rounded. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So for the gear, we just have some, uh, random accent weapons that are good. Um, I'm running the Slag Up for Slag. I got the Ogre for our primary DPS weapon. Peak Opener's a great option. Unicorn Explosion's a great option. Let's see what else we have. I mean, all of this stuff is pretty good, but definitely explosive weapons. I'll actually use the Blaster because I think this is much easier to obtain than other weapons that I've showcased before. And the Baby Maker is another easy one to obtain, and it's quite strong. And the Creamer is also a very strong rocket launcher for Axton, and it is also a Moxie weapon, so that's pretty nice. This is kind of just my fight for your life weapon. You can run whenever you want. I may show off the Unicorn Explosion a little bit, but we'll see. I might switch it around. Then I'm running the Big Boom Blaster. You can run the blockade, antagonist, really whatever suits your fancy. He's pretty good with the B too, if that's the playstyle you enjoy. He has a lot of shield skills. Um, I just like this so I can spam a little bit more grenades and rocket launchers shots. So yeah, legendary soldier. This is just a fantastic comp. The cooldown rate, gun damage, and fire rate is awesome, and then all the skills it boosts are also awesome. This is one of the best legendary class mods. I forget exactly what they're called, but for example, there's the legendary Necromancer, there's the legendary Gunzerker or whatever it's called, and then basically the class mod that is named after their class. I think this is the one that is the best out of all the classes. The soldier is the best out of the ones that are named after the class, if that makes any sense. So maybe the Siren competes with it. I think those two are up there. But yeah, then we're just using the magic missile. I'll probably switch it around. I was just regenning a little bit of grenades. And then we'll probably run the explosive relic, but you could definitely run some Bone of the Ancients depending on the area you're in or what you're using. So yeah, go ahead and get into the skill tree. Obviously, we want our turret. Um, Start with the left tree because I think this is the most important tree for Axton. And we'll go ahead and max both of these because they're amazing. 80% reload speed is really good DPS increase. And this is a great buff to the turret. It's more DPS and more duration, which means more damage for the turret and more damage for you with Battlefront. Great skill. Then we'll take Willing. This is just a classic, super good survivability skill with your shield. I always take it. Onslaught. Great gun damage and move speed after a kill. I like this skill a lot. Then I think we'll go ahead and take Scorched Earth. Good buff to the turret's DPS. I would recommend this on Vanilla or the UCP. It's very nice. Good skill. And now you can take either Grenadier or Able. A lot of the time I end up going with Able because I think it's a great survivability boost, but we're using the Big Boom Blaster, so I think we'll go ahead and churn a few points into the Grenadier. It's very nice. It gives grenade damage on the UCP, but and Vanilla just gives grenade capacity. It's still worth it either way. Still a good skill, for sure. Okay. Moving on. We'll do 1 point impact because our comm buffs it. The gun damage is welcome. It gives accuracy in the UCP. Can't complain. But I believe expertise is a higher value skill to progress the tree. Weapon swap speed, aim speed, and movement speed are super nice. Weapon swap speed is a direct buff to your DPS, so keep that in mind. Then we'll get Metal Storm. Excuse me. This is a good DPS buff in conjunction with Onslaught. You're pretty much just a killing machine. And then Longbow turret, basically for the health. The longbow function is a nice little cherry on top, though. And then we pretty much want both of these. They're really good skills. So we're going to be using a lot of grenade damage weapons and grenades themselves, and of course rocket launchers. And the recoil reduction is, of course, welcome. So we'll go ahead and max that. This is very nice. We'll grab do or die, grenades and fight for your life, but also 10% grenade damage and rocket launcher damage. Awesome. Really good. Then we also want Battlefront because it is a huge DPS increase while the turret is out. So yeah, this is pretty much good to go. This is the bulk of our DPS for Axton. So yeah, probably move on. Okay, so now we're on to the red tree. I usually take this when I'm running the legendary soldier. It's quite a bit of health for 1 point. You don't have to, but I like it. I think it's pretty good. All right, and then we definitely want preparation. Um, it's just a really good skill. Uh, it's a huge buff to your shield capacity, and it also gives you some great sustain. It's definitely worth it. And then pressure, also really good. More reload speed and shield recharge delay in a pinch. Very good. And then Phalanx Shield's really nice. I think it's good on vanilla as well. It can give the turret a little bit more longevity, but it's just a cool skill. Especially if you position the turret correctly, they may end up just like not taking damage. So yeah, I would highly consider it. And then I will take Forbearance. I would do this on vanilla or on the UCP. On the UCP, it gives damage reduction instead of health, which is nice, but you're really taking it for the status effect duration. It's quite substantial. So we'll go ahead and max that. We want to progress this tree. It's a very solid skill. And then to get down to Gemini, let's do a few points into quick charge. And then we could go ahead and max this, or we could max grit and take Gemini. It's kind of up to you. I do like grit, but there's a lot of times where it just isn't going to be all that useful. It's tough to say. When it works really well. But there's a lot of the time where it just may not do anything is kind of the problem. So I think we might take Resourceful because we're going to be using Explosive Relic a lot instead of a cooldown relic like Bone of the Ancients. So the cooldown rate will actually help. And 3 points in this is plenty. It's still really good. So max that and finish off with the last point into Resourceful. So yeah, that's pretty much the build, guys. It's really well rounded. Like you have a great mix of survivability, great DPS from this tree, and also great DPS from this tree as well. And a lot of it makes your turret very useful. Your turret, whether you're in vanilla or UCP, like the turrets serve as a great form of crowd control. Use them to your advantage, position them where the enemies are going to have trouble hitting them, and they'll do a lot of work for you. They'll either, do some solid damage or just soak up a ton of damage and attention for you, which is great. So yeah, guys, I think with that, we will go ahead and move it on over to the gameplay. All right, we are back with the gameplay. Run it down real quick. Went ahead and put on the fastball and the blockade. After thinking about it a little bit more, I don't really think the Big Boom Blaster will be super needed with this build. It's not like a Grenadier build where we're just constantly spamming grenades. I'd rather have a better shield. Oh, that was a nice little throw. I'll go ahead and pick it up because I'm not going to come back that way. Doesn't want to get slagged. Get Metal Storm and Onslaught going. And we're doing pretty well. Should die. Okay. Moving on. Make sure you don't walk into those child grenades. I don't know what he's doing. Alright, there he goes. Let me go ahead and position my turrets. Just kill him with fastball spam. Where did this guy go? Oh no, I'm pretty sure the Baby Maker came back and hit me, and he is running everywhere. Is he over here? Okay. Couldn't see with all the shit on the screen. I think one of those Baby Makers bounced back on top of me. Sometimes that happens. You could definitely use a the plasma caster um, instead of a baby maker. It has a far less likely chance of killing you. Alright, oh, I forgot I had it loaded. There we go. Run over here. What? Oh man, I'm so dumb. Just ran into my own blaster. Get away from me. Looks like he's got a shock weapon. There we go. Wait a second for a turret. Well, we'll kill them first. Yeah, blow up on my turret. Sacrificed for the greater good. I don't know. Is there someone there? No. This guy does actually resist explosive. We will change to this really quick. Hopefully not destroy ourselves. Can't really see him. There we go. Good deal. Back to explosive. We can show off a different weapon now that we've already switched. Maybe do the Unicorn Explosion. Another great Axton weapon. Bit of an annoying Axton weapon. I almost prefer to use the Sword Explosion over it because of that every time. It is very good though. I'll try to use some grenades here so I can prime the ammo. Cool. Alright, let's open it up. No. No grenades for me. Yeah, okay. That's a bummer. Some ammo coming up here though. We're good. Need to destroy these barrels so I don't kill myself.
Say hello, sweetie.
Just kind of, yeah, stand back, let the turrets do their thing, and we'll do our thing. One over there, I think. Yeah. This is something very nice about Axton. Like, my turrets are basically soaking up all the attention. Are they shoot? I can't tell if someone's back there or not. Oh, there was. Little interesting fact about. Oh no. I thought I was gonna kill myself. Little interesting fact about the turrets though. If you're using Gemini and the second turret, oh no, gets destroyed, you can actually throw it again as long as the first one's up. It's going to be kind of hard for me to demonstrate that, but I'll try to put the first one in a safe spot and then the second one like right in the middle of everything and see if I can demonstrate it. Because it's actually a little neat trick that may come in handy for you. Too close. Okay. A little bit of ammo that time. Alright, so we'll put the first one in a safe spot. Put that one there. Let's see what happens. I mean, everything might just die, but it's okay. Just take my word for it. Oh, really? Jumps right on top of me. I'll go, I think I'll go the baby maker. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, it's a pretty standard Axton build. I think it's pretty cookie cutter, but there's a reason for that. I mean, this is just one of the strongest ways to play him. I'd say this build is definitely effective for the peak as well, and I ran something quite similar to this. Obviously, I used some different weapons throughout the peak, but yeah, this is a strong build. There's no question. Alright, I'll try to put the second one in there. Couldn't put them in the spot I wanted to. Let's see. A lot of visual clutter, hard to see. Not him. I might swap grenades for this part. Try to, since they're so split apart, I think the Quasar might be good to like kind of pull them together a little bit. There we go. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Maybe I can encourage him to come over here. There we go. Oh my gosh. Oh nice, got a little ricochet. Huh? Actually not so sure about that one. I wonder if like that was the Crypt Blaster or one of those bombers died and dropped a grenade there. I'm really not sure. That was a little odd. Whoops, wrong weapon. He should be dead. No? Oh yeah, he is. Okay. Hello. Goodbye. Nice. Okay. Almost done. May as well switch our grenade. Get some regen. Yeah, the way that they're moving is not doing the Blaster any favors. Okay, I think we'll just go with the electric chair.
Sentry gun prime.
Let Axton's grenades do the work. Oh, might have just jumped into my own death. Okay. We survived, thankfully. Alright. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Made it through with no problem. I mean, I didn't expect it to be a problem, but I just kind of wanted to showcase a more classic Axton approach that yields very good results. This is a very, very strong way to Axton. If you're newer to the game or Axton, I would recommend this playstyle. I think it's the easiest to pull off, and it's super strong. Just, yeah, with Axton, don't be afraid to play around your turrets. I think that's kind of the key. Like, I think the best example was right before I killed Wreath in that area. That's generally how you want to be playing Axton. Throw the turrets in, stand back, and use one of your better weapons like the Crypt Blaster, Peak Opener, Ogre, whatever, and just kind of pick them off from the back line like that. It'll do a lot of damage, and it works pretty well. But you can kind of get in there too with Axton. He has great survivability. I think I went down once or twice to my own stupidity, but other than that, like no issues. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good one.